Hey everyone, welcome to the potato internet of Czech Republic with your hosts, Joe and Amelie. Hey, for real though, welcome to Streaming Demons. Amelie's having a bit of a potato issue where basically, I guess the entire infrastructure of Europe is just shit. But that's okay. I can actually see you now. It's weird. Before you were sounding like your underwater chipmunk. Yeah. Today we are reviewing. She's pantomiming. I'm not sure what. Talk. Say something, woman. Oh no, no, she's trapped in a box. She's trapped in box human. Boxy Foxy. I don't know. Maybe her. Does your mic really work or no?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I hear you now. Good. Just making sure. So we just got done watching. Fuck, what movie was that? That's not a good sign. If I'm like, what? I no, that's nothing to do with the movie. I had a long couple days. We just got done watching Manor of Darkness. That's what it was, motherfucker. Manor of Darkness. And the screener is courtesy of, oh God, that started playing again. I clicked on the screener to see the Blake's name. The screener is courtesy of someone. No, we love him. But this is Blake Ryder. I'm gonna say your name wrong. Say my name right, motherfucker. Kidding. No, Blake Ryder written directed this. He's kind of sort of in it a little bit. It is a screener we just got done watching like a minute ago, I think. And it's funny because it's the first time I've seen a screener on YouTube in a long time. I was like, did they send me the fucking trailer? And then I sent it to you, and you're like, is that the fucking trailer?
I waited 15 minutes for the trailer. I was like, this is a really long trailer. Like, I
Yeah.
have the impression to watch everything. What's that? Because I'm like, oh, he sent me the trailer. Like, this is a movie we watched, 2 point, YouTube. I'm like, yeah, sure, we have a
Yeah,
trailer.
because
Great, let's watch the trailer. Let's see the difference between the trailer and the actual movie. Because many times I like to watch the trailer of the movie you propose, right? When it's on
yeah.
cinema, to make my point of view. Because so many times you have trailers and you know it doesn't suit the movie by itself.
Yeah, you're starting to break up again. But basically, sometimes we will watch a trailer and it the trailer's better than the movie or trailer's worse than the movie. Like Kevin Smith, I've seen some Kevin Smith movie trailers. I guess even he didn't know it, they got out, and it made the movie look like shit. I'm like, what the hell, man? Manor of Darkness was not a trailer though. It just starts out with a little thing that made us believe of the trailer at the same time. Not no spoilers in this review. You'll never see the movie as we just saw it unless you're reviewing it. So when you see it in the theater, you're not going to notice any of that shit. But I'm going to read you IMDb. It's an hour and 22 minutes long. It is horror, and I believe it is, unlike a lot of movies to get misclassified, this actually is horror. A group of pretend filmmakers are stuck in a never ending nightmare at the manor. Written and directed by Blake Ryder, stars Muriel Camillo, I'm going to say everyone's name wrong, sorry, Stacey Edward Harris, and Louis James. So it is award winning movie. It's got 2 awards from the LA Film Festival, and it's something we both noticed right away. It's really well done. Like the actual movie.
Yes, yes, it's really well done. It's really well filmed. The actors are good. I really like the lightning.
Yeah.
I really like also how the people just deliver the text. It's not too much. It's great. And for
Yeah.
probably low budget movie, like it's not bad at all.
No, we had 2 back to back really well. This one I'm guessing has a higher budget than the last one we watched. Last one was $20,000 budget. Or something 20,000 quid budget. I'm guessing this is a little bit higher than that by a lot. But we lucked out with pretty good acting movies, 2 for 2, and pretty well created movies. Like the writing is decent. the acting is top notch. Like, I love the acting in here, and the visual effects. It actually won an award for visual effects. Are solid. They really are. I mean, when I see a movie being screened on YouTube, I'm like, oh fuck, not me. You know, man. Like, can we watch the influencers? That's our next movie coming up later on. Is influencers? I'm like, man, can we just watch that one right now? Like, no, no, no. We'll watch this one because it's embargo's coming up right now. But then you watch it's like, wow. It made me think like, maybe this is a good way of doing like a screener. Just say fuck all the screening companies. You have your YouTube channel. You put it on YouTube and put it unlisted. I'm like, that's kind of a tight way of doing it. It's probably cheap as fuck. You're not paying any fucking screening like screeners.com or some shit for it. The data's all there for you.
Especially nowadays with Instagram and YouTube and other sort of platform, you have a new sort of movie series or porn. Like for example, there is a series on Instagram following about roommates from New York who are 20 something. It's super funny, super entertaining, and it's filled with actors who are, young actors, like just from B movies or horror movie,
Yeah.
And I really like it. It's just short series of 15-second episode or 1 minute episode, and you follow
Yeah,
it, and
little
it's great.
Vine
And
type
with
things or
YouTube,
shorts.
you have how many movies on YouTube or amateur movies or series or stuff like that. Like, yeah, YouTube is a good idea to show your movie
Yeah, I mean,
or just
okay.
try.
I'm not saying the movie's going to be on YouTube as in you can actually screen it yourself on YouTube. This is just the way they did the screener, though. And it might as well be there. And it's got a release date on December 9th in the United States. And it's first thing you're going to notice, it is from the UK. Everyone's got the accent and stuff like that. But you also notice, all right, it's an hour and 22 minutes. And we will talk about it without spoiling it. I already told what the story. The IMDb does not do it justice, by the way. I'm like the tagline on the IMDb is group. What the fuck is that? Group. So I don't know, man. IMDb kind of shits the bed on this one. Like a group of pretend filmmakers are stuck in a never-ending nightmare in manor is kind of catchy for a log line, and it doesn't do the movie that much justice though, because it's not really what the movie's about.
No, no, it's not about that. It's about a group of thieves who come to
Yeah,
the
a
manor,
group of thieves.
find something. Okay, could find a treasure, like
A
something like that.
MacGuffin. They open the Ark of the Covenant up.
Finds themselves in a trap, basically.
Yeah.
They're trapped. Voila. Point. Here should be the IMDb story. Point. Watch the movie. It's very entertaining. I was not
It
bored.
is.
I had a lot of fun watching it. The actors are good. There is some critic I would have, like it's sometimes some scene over the top for the playing and the storyline, but it's a writing thing. Okay, I think with a little bit of subtlety, some character would be good. I like the character of the brother, the character of the sister. Girlfriend, yeah, she's good, but at the end, she's a little bit nye, nye, nye. I don't know why. At the beginning, she was completely fine, completely normal, and at the end, she was very girly, girly. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, kind of
Like
thing.
the character
But at the beginning,
shifts.
she was like a woman, a UK woman, right?
Yeah.
Um,
You liked Andy. You said he was sexy.
yeah,
You like
Andy,
Rushine.
amazing character. I really love Andy.
Yeah.
Andy is amazing. When I saw Andy coming on screen, I was like, he's got the charisma. I like it. I follow him. I like the way he play. He's really cool. The writing of Andy could be better, or the directing of Andy could be better. But it's only, I would say, when he talks about his backstory. I was like, yeah, it's a little bit over the top, a little bit
Well,
do you see what I mean?
it's weird when you say that because I'm from a place where scam artists would do the same backstory. And they will give you the scam artist version is always longer than the real version. Like our version, if we had, I don't think this is a spoiler if we're saying Andy like loses like custody of his kid. I don't think that spoils anything. That's all you meet the character, right? And if you're a scam artist, you're gonna give like 12 fucking minutes of that shit. If you were just you and me, like, yeah, man, I can't believe I lost my fucking kids. It'll be a minute.
Ah, now you're saying that? Yeah,
Makes
give a
sense
different
now?
view on it. Makes sense. I like it. Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So it's not that way I
I
took
have
it was
to
he's just
say,
scamming.
for a horror movie, the character, even the side character or the character in the back, if you see what I mean, with a few lines, are doing a really good job. It's believable.
Yeah.
Like there is a bar scene, I was like, I like that. I
No,
like
yeah,
the
that's
way
a
they talk to each other and stuff. I was like
and
entertained by the
it's a
conversation. I'm
bar
like,
scene
this is
that's
a bar.
well sounded. Like, you're not
Yes.
trying to figure out what the fuck did I just say because, like,
Yeah.
the technical ability of the filmmakers are
Hmm.
top notch. I don't know. Oh, I do know the company. I can just look on D&B right now. I can just look at them. But this is deserving the awards it's getting. It's hitting some awards in film festivals right now, and it very much deservedly so. Everything from acting all the way through to like the small details. The color is great. The sound, like the full, it's all works. Even like the setup, right? I mean, I like the idea of it. I think we both have a little bit of an issue with, I'm going to call it Act One, like because we kind of like
Yeah.
I made a smart ass cam like an hour into the movie. I'm like, fine, the movie fucking starts.
Hmm. Yeah, it was too messy. Guys, person who write or direct were too messy. 1 hour long of backstory, and
Yeah,
because there were a lot of blood at the beginning, I got confused with the actual story. Cool, great, we have the backstory of X, Y, Z, what's going on, great, amazing, fantastic. But because the path was very slow and I was focusing on the different horror scene, I didn't understand in the middle of the movie all of a sudden, oh no, this is not the actual horror plot. That's
yeah,
just else. This is the horror plot. I was like looking at you saying, wait, what? Who,
it
what?
swerves.
So who is what? And we have a complete different movie. Like for the
Yeah,
first part, I was acting in one movie. Second act, complete different movie. I was like, yeah, unnecessary. What could be done in 15 minutes was done in 1 hour.
yeah,
Way too long and too stretch and very confusing. Like I had to understand they were a loop. I didn't understand they were a loop before the third or fourth time they were the loop. There
yeah,
is a loop. And I'm like, yeah, great. I'm lost. And it's sad because the storyline is interesting. The actors are great. I'm really entertained, and I was not
it
bored.
is.
Like it's really good, but because of that, I was like, "What? What's going on?
Yeah,
Who is who?
it's
What?" Even you had to stop me and say, "I thought, wait. Is she the sister or is she the girlfriend? This one
yeah. I'm
is the
like, is that
girlfriend.
the
This one is the..."
sister or the girl? Are they fucking now? It's like no, 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 that's the sister. I'm like, no, that's the girlfriend. I'm like, oh, I looked away for 1 second from my TV. I was like, oh shit, I didn't understand like that was 2 different people for a second. And then, the I had small issues like, I'll pick on like the mom. It starts off with the mom dying in bed with full makeup on, because of course you do. Whenever you're coughing shit up, you always want to make sure you have eye makeup on.
Ah, no, totally
I don't know, man.
believable. She was in maybe in a nursing home or hospital
No,
or
those are
something
fucking
like
house
that, like
house.
une maison de repos, as we said, or maybe a house. She's maybe really, really sick, but she's wearing makeup. Makes sense. She needs to get an operation, but it's expensive. And I was like, okay, so maybe it's a movie about the mother, she's going to die and stuff. Like the problem is when you don't know, you're trying to
You
say,
start,
okay, so maybe it's a
yeah,
zombie movie, maybe it's an exorcist movie, maybe it's a ghost movie. Ah, no, I see. So that person is okay, so that's going to be enough.
yeah. It just becomes like, oh, they're just bitches who rob people. Okay, and then I think around it's on. I said an hour, but it's actually the 55-minute mark. I said something like it's like, oh, so this movie is like if Annabelle, the vampire movie, started out with an hour of exposition about each character's background, and then they got to the house. I was like, oh shit. Well, no. That no, just no. So there's issues I had, like I said, with the first. I just don't like the first act. I've zoned. I started drinking. I was like taking bathroom breaks. I was dehydrated, so I was drinking something. Like, I was like, be right back. Like, when I want pause it, I'm like, no, just keep playing. Like, I'm not gonna miss it. I knew I was gonna miss anything. I took a bathroom break, came back twice. It was one of those things where you've been in movies like, oh my god, I can't miss anything. Like, no, fucking, I
Yeah,
can
and
miss.
I had some difficulties with my children. I
Yeah.
just stood up and be like, okay, cool, let me check if the kids are fine. Just a moment, I think somebody needs to go to the potty. Like, and you don't miss anything. Like the first hours, you don't miss anything.
No.
It should be cut.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Is
Is like when we did this was during the first act, going into like, sure, I guess technically the act two happens when they get to the house or something like that. That's kind of when act two, I'm guessing, happens. And even when they first get to the house, it's still it's shit. You could have started there. That honestly, you just could have fucking started there, and then the first act would have been a little draggy, but because no one really cares, the guy's needed a lawyer for his kid. I don't give a fuck. No one. We get the mom's dying. We because seen that shit in like 2 minutes clip, and the girlfriend is just there because of the girlfriend. I mean, great. They got to the house. Awesome. Let's start there. So there's things wrong with the movie, like the first pacing wise. But I will say this: after they got to the house, neither of us left our chair. We were both watching the fucking movie, interested.
the acting, the storyline, what's going on. Like there is a loop, so they need to make decisions. There is a sense of humor here. I really like. There is very good idea. I don't see in different horror movie. Like it's original is great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and
I think the
it's
beginning would have been better to have like a few minutes with the mother. The mother is dying. They need money. Boom. She called her brother. Brother is with girlfriend. You know it's a girlfriend. They give a kiss or something like that. Like, something will indicate, oh, it's a girlfriend. No, 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 no. Then maybe a little flashback with what's going on. What you see
the
what I
one
mean?
character's there. Yeah,
Easy, simple. And for the Asian guy, no Andy, no need to know. Like that scene with the lawyer,
he
you
could have been
take
just a fucking
on the
friend. And your audio is
because the
completely
guy
cut
is
out, by
good.
the way. There you go.
Bang.
I said your audio cut out for like, I don't know. But it came back though.
Okay. Now, I mean, for Andy,
Yeah.
very simple. I would keep that from Andy. The scene in the bar from A to Z, and that's all. He
Yeah.
sits,
That's
he
it.
introduces himself, the lady comes, he gives back the thing, end of the
Yeah.
story.
That's all we needed to
Charisma,
know from Andy.
he's like
I
that,
agree.
bang. Voila.
I agree. And I'm sorry if we talk over each other. It's kind of hard to gauge the lag. So I agree. The bar scene in, like, we'll say real time is all we need from Andy's character. Everything else is just like, holy shit, does everyone have a fucking backstory they have to tell us? There you go. Exposition hell. Exposition hell, first act. Exposition hell. Get out of that, and then it's actually a hooked up movie. Now, the fun thing is, even with exposition hell, the acting is good enough to keep you kind of like going with the movie. Like, like it's I would be if that was an entire thing. If Act Two never happened, I'm like, oh fuck me, this is a shit movie. But it got me enough to get to Act Two and go, oh thank God I stayed on. Right? Yeah. So Manor of Darkness, I I don't regret watching it. I really did like the second act, like second and third act. Right? I like those. I did have some wonky. There are some wonky movements other than the time and the length of whatever the first act is. For example, when we first meet the brother, his girlfriend's like, "Oh," she's like, "I got a new jacket." Da, 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 da. Like, "Oh, something wrong?" I'm like, Yeah, his mom's dying. You didn't know that? It's like, who do you think's on the phone? I'm like, just randomly. You wouldn't like, oh, geez, I forgot something's wrong. So it kind of clunks that way. But the characters are well drafted. I do agree that sometimes the girlfriend flips to a different character for a minute at the like once again, I don't know what that's about. But everyone else is kind of like going and going and going and going. And I will, without spoiling the ending, I won't, no spoilers. There's some stuff in the late part Act 3 that just didn't seem true to the story world for me. I can't say without spoiling the movie. But, as we say here, would you watch this movie in this theater?
Think so.
Would you? Oh shit!
I
Okay.
think so. Look, I really like Andy as a character. I like the Master of the Domain as a character.
Yeah.
At the end, because there is an end, we cannot talk about it. I really like the end, the last scene, how it was filmed, cut, edited, because
Mhm.
it's very helpful with the story to understand as a whole. My only concern is because the beginning is too long, you can't sew in your head the storyline. The sister is with the mother is dying, she need an operation, therefore they need money. She call her brother has a conversation, is like, yeah, I'm going to try. He has a girlfriend, he's sad, and it's too long for the story to explain that, hey, they're a bunch of thieves and there is consequences and ba 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 ba. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? That fucked me up with my personal story. Character per character, I like the girlfriend, I like the brother, I like the mother, I like the sister. Everything looks normal. You know, it's just the beginning was way too long and make me confused. I would watch it definitely with a good popcorn and a good friend,
Interesting.
and I felt entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I would definitely watch it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's interesting you say that because last week we flipped. I would watch the one last week. I was like, "Oh, this is a screener, like in a movie conference or indie show. Like, go to like Gen Con and get one of the movie screeners at a film festival." Absolutely, this would be great for it. This one, because it does kind of mess. When you say it messes with your mind, I think you hit it on the head. I thought it was a slow burn. Like, oh, this is a slow burn because it's going nowhere for 40 fucking minutes. It's got to be a slow burn. Can't wait. I don't know if I was in the mood for a slow burn today or not. And then it's like, oh no, it's not a slow burn. There's actually a movie to it. You know, I if I was in the theater, I would have been like, what the fuck? I might have walked. I might have walked before I got to Act Two. I was like, you know what? I got more shit to do in my life. I need to edit that book. Okay. At one point in the movie, because I had the screen open over the Word document for the new anthology, The Music's Over, coming soon to a store near you. I was like, maybe I should just edit this fucking anthology right now. I only got like the interviews with Andrea Perrin and Dave Dashmushian and Joe Bob Briggs. I only got those three left to edit. Maybe I'll just do that and listen to the movie. That's how bad the first fucking act was. I was like, maybe I should do editing. Like, I listen. Do I want to watch this movie in the theater? No, I don't. We flipped last week. I had to like talk you into like, oh man, I wouldn't mind if this was on Shutter. Like this was a streaming service. I'm like, okay, I put it on. Cool. I can do some light shit in the background, like I was thinking about doing. It'll be fine. And then I'll pay attention when I want to pay attention to it. In a movie theater, man, maybe if you were there, and you had to eat the popcorn for me because I can't have popcorn no more. Apparently, Tony Horton said no, so I can't do that no more.
Oh
I know,
no, that's a real horror story.
dude, no more sugar either.
Oh,
How am I going I know Starbucks now, Tony. If you're listening to this one, sorry for all the f bombs, But first of all, sir, I must point out one thing. I did not read your email until after I went to Starbucks today. So today is my last Starbucks. I'm a man of my word, but I saw the email pop up. I saw like the headline, like "fuck no sugar." Okay, not gonna read it. Maybe said no sugar tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I cheated a little bit. I went to Starbucks for the last fucking time. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I got like I altered the drink so it wasn't like a 400 cal. It's like more 200. But still a lot, you know. So yeah, no more sugar. No more sugar. No more popcorn. Fuck. No more pizzas. Which actually probably my heart's been better, I guess. But you know.
But why? Like, is it like this is a situation like when you get a certain age and doctor is like, okay, so now you need to stop the sugar, you need to stop this to stop that, and you're like, what's the point?
Oh, I'll tell you
No,
the reason why. Tony Horton, if you might not know Tony Horton, he is a fitness trainer, and we are doing a fat loss contest right now, Goo Fighters, and so I'm currently at 11% body fat, and I want to go back down to like 9 to 8%, and that means cutting shit out of my diet. And one of those things, like I don't drink really. I just don't. I used to be a big drinker. I doesn't thrill me at all. If you and I were out and having maybe a absinthe drink, like I think we only had one, right? Yeah. Back in the day, old me, we'd have closed the fucking bars. New me, I'm like, let's get a drink. And we could probably even shared it. And I've been okay. Like, okay, we just share the experience. I don't do drugs. I don't have many addictions. The only thing I have left addiction wise is like caffeine and sugar. And so yeah, and both are pretty negative, like caffeine and especially sugar, right? And so that's why I'm kind of like, I knew it was coming. I knew cutting that out was coming. I knew it. I just didn't think it would be so soon. That's all. That's all. It'd be better for me anyways.
the caffeine is also my big thing.
Yeah, yeah, your cat,
Like,
I
I don't
know.
drink, I never drink, I never been a drinker because my grandfather was an alcoholic from my
Yeah,
mother's side. I lived in a bed and breakfast for 15 years and I saw a lot of, you call it Alcoholic Anonyme. AA, is that
AA.
correct?
Yeah.
Alcoholic Anonymous, something like that. So I saw a lot of
Wait,
people
wait, wait.
coming who were
Yeah,
rich, poor, and they would rent one of the room, sit in circle, introduce themselves, talk with a psychologist, and yada yada da, and hear each other and help each other and stuff like that. I would hear story with people who take drugs and stuff like that. And the problem in France is alcohol is everywhere because we sell a lot of beer, a lot of wine, right?
yeah,
It's easy to stop cocaine and say I'm a drug addict or have an addiction with cocaine, na 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 na. It's easier to for people to say, of course, I understand this is dangerous, but when you're like, I'm a recovered alcoholic, I can't drink wine or just a glass of wine, it's very difficult, especially in France. In cuisine, you have alcohol everywhere. And I lived in the kitchen basically, and I saw a lot of alcohol and people drinking, 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 and be like, oh, it's just a bon vivant, as we said in French, a
yeah.
guy who is alive when he drinks a lot. And alcohol is great, but people change very quickly once they take alcohol. And when you live in a bed and breakfast for 15 years, from baby to teenager, you see a lot of people what they do when they drink, and often it's really dirty. So when I arrived in high school and people were starting drinking to have fun, I didn't see the fun of it. So, yes, I like a good glass of wine with my steak. I like to cook with wine. Like if I
Right.
want to do, for example, a bolognese or um, a good French dish require red wine. Oh, I'm the best person to have in your table because I'm going to serve you wine, white one, red one, advise you a few beers, you know what I mean? It's fine.
Right.
But I'm not going to get fucked up drunk or stuff. Yeah, sure, I tried when I was 18 years old and once, never twice. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, so yeah, no, that's I drank professionally since I was 15,
Hmm.
I think, maybe 14, because that's all we had to do. And the drinking age for
Hmm.
us was 21, but that's all we had to do.
Yeah. Hmm.
We had nothing
I
fucking else
met a
going
lot of
on
your
for us.
friends in Gen Con, and we were talking about alcohol, how it goes, etc., and
Yeah.
the drinking problem in America, because Americans, you have a very bad reputation in Europe. Whenever we come with a group of Americans, barmans cry because you drink, but you don't look after each other, and there is a lot of people who just vomit everywhere and stuff. It's not classy. If we have a group of Italians, they're going to drink a lot of wine. If we have a group of South Latin America, we're going to make a lot of cocktail. If we have a group of French, we're going to have a lot of beer, a lot of tequilas, this kind of thing, you know what I mean? Or shots and stuff like that. Even English people, group of men goes, they drink, 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 destroy, but they pay for what they destroy. You see what I mean? But they look after each other. While Americans, they just drinking, drinking, but it's like a form of suicide. It's like having 25 Americans and it's 25 people who try to commit suicide. That's
Bro,
what we see. And it's
we,
disgusting. Like it's not good. It's really not good.
no, I
Like
get it. I mean,
why? Like for example, when Americans come in south of France to buy wine, we give them the wrong wine, the bad batch, because we know that they're going to waste it, to get
wow.
wasted. You
Today's
see?
racism brought to you by,
Amelie, the French.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, you
so
dirty
yeah,
French
when I
bastard,
was
you're trying to
talking
give
to
us
your
bad
friends
booze. I
at
knew
Gen
it.
Con and you were explaining the game is to being a teenager, drink, 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 get wasted,
Oh,
etc.
yeah.
before the age
Okay,
of
okay.
21.
Emily, people don't know about the game. Okay. So the game's called Wasted Wisdom, and my friend Mike's, I won't say his last name, but Mike and I, mostly Mike, 'cause I was really drunk, made this game years ago at a friend's house based upon Trivia Pursuit. And the game, the objective was to, get the answers right, because if you got it wrong, you had to take a shot of whatever hard alcohol we had in front of us. And me, I'm like, I knew the answers, but I want to get them wrong anyway, so I had to take a shot. In fact, I think we rolled. Like, if it was a six-sided dice, you rolled and got like four. That was the question you got, and then if you got the answer wrong, that's how many shots you had to take. The second dice is weird. It was blackout. And then 30 years later, I was like, I bet we can make this fucking game for real. And so that's what we did. We made this game, and with physical challenges and all sorts of shit, wasted wisdom. We took it to Gen Con that one year. I was like with you, we're going to Gen Con, we're going to test out this game. And that's what we're explaining. I'm like, yeah, in America, the drinking culture below 21, legally is 21, but everyone drinks below 21. And that's where most people like drinking games is like the high school crowd, junior high school. That's when you actually start playing three man, drug dealer, fucking what else? There's actually a game called Blacked Out or Passed Out, and like Wasted Wisdom. Like originally the game was called You're Fucked because that's how much we get drank, but Wasted Wisdom a little more friendly. And yeah, you're like, oh, we can't do this. Like, no, this is like our normal. Drinking out to excess was normal because you're calling it soul suicide. I get it. It's more of us. We're just medicating. At least I was. I mean, during that time, during high school, I was just like self medicating. Later on in Vegas, after I lost Laura, then it was absolutely me drinking until I was trying to kill myself every fucking day to the point where I was like, okay, this is it. And then I'd wake up the next morning depressed. I was like, fuck, man, I'm still alive. So let's try it again. I guess I didn't think about going. I don't know what. But yeah, so there's that aspect of it. But we can pick on that part at the same time. Sugar happens all the time. And apparently, if you kill yourself with sugar, it's okay. The sodas and the cereals and all the refined bullshits and all this other bullshit that's just loaded with more sugar and more sugar. It's government subsidized. Apparently, obesity happens. That's okay because corn syrup's good
That's
for you.
okay in America. That's not okay in Europe.
Yeah.
That's okay in America. That's not okay in Europe. This is a very good point. go to Australia, have a pizza. Stefan warned me, is like, if you eat this pizza, I want you to know it's sugary. I'm like, what do you mean by sugary? Because sometimes you have sauce who are meant to be salty but are more
Yeah.
sugary. Chinese.
Popcorn.
Chinese sometimes is, sugary, right? Or the popcorn in
Yeah, the
Canada and the
popcorn and
popcorn in France
right.
doesn't taste the same, right? Salty
Yeah.
and sugary and stuff. I eat a pizza, it's a salty pizza. It tasted sugary. There is cereals. My mother-in-law warned me, is like, if you buy a certain type of cereal, beware, it doesn't taste the same. The Coca-Cola in America and the Coca-Cola in Europe doesn't taste the same. I got
Yeah.
sick of drinking Coca-Cola in America and Australia. Um, Everything is different because the dosage is different. In Europe, I'm sure you can eat a lot of your favorite candy and not get fat. You wouldn't have the same blood results that when you eat the same thing in America. It's not the same because in Europe, it's very strict, the level of sugar and
And they
the
show
level
it
of
on the
everything.
labels too.
Yes, yes, and it's
Yeah.
mandatory, and
Like
blah, 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 blah.
lumps of
And you
sugar.
cannot be obese in France. My
Can be obese in France.
ex-girlfriend,
Trust me, I went to France. There's some obese motherfuckers there, so don't be generalizing like that.
no, dude, no, no, you don't talk about
Okay, so
something
you're
about
saying
me.
I'm wrong. I
I
went to
know
France and
who
I
is
imagined the
French,
obese
who
people I
knows.
saw.
What happened with obese people in France is very simple. When you're obese and you're a child, when you're obese and you're a child, your doctor has an appointment with you and your child, and you see a child psychologist and a nutritionist. Because if you're obese, really, really fat, we need to know if it's psychological, like you eat, eat, if it's you who gave bad food to your child and put your child in danger, or if it's medical, like for example, she has a problem,
Thyroid,
there
yeah.
is a thyroid or something like
Yeah.
that, and we can help. There is people who are obese and it's because of the thyroid and they have problems, etc. But I would say in all my life, as a teenager and as a woman, I met extreme obese people in France
They're
too.
all losers?
Too.
You're holding an L. Oh, that's
The
two.
two, they were girls. One had a problem with her
Thyroid.
thyroid, and a brother, he was skinny like me. And the second one, she was a very close friend of mine. She had psychological problem, and she had to go to a psychologue, a child psychologist, and a nutritionist, and she got the operation for the bypass. She had to
Hmm.
lose weight, etc., and
Okay.
go to the psychologist. It's a very smart young woman. I don't know what happened to her life, but voila. But to give you an idea, I'm 35 years old. I think as teenager obese, two, maybe three can be considered as obese, but like really, really massive.
Right.
Because what I saw in America wouldn't pass in France. Like they would stop.
Well,
Like for example, Oni Boo Boo, her parents wouldn't be allowed to keep her
well,
because
I'm not going to get
they
into
would
child raising
keep
on
her
a streaming movie
psychology,
review.
etc., etc. And if at 11 years old you're a certain weight and you can't lose weight, you're sent to a special hospital school in France to lose weight and eat better, etc.
Okay. Well, here it is. Folks, if you were like, what the fuck are they talking about for the last 12 minutes about eating and shit like that? That was our experience for 50 fucking minutes of the movie, Manor of Darkness, where it was kind of like, what the fuck is this going with? And I'll posit our conversation was arguably better than the first act of the movie. Because at least it goes somewhere. You know what I mean? And
Yep. And you
and,
learn something.
and you learn something. And it's a little more, entertaining. Where again, if you see this in the movies, Amelie's, you said yes, you would watch this in a theater, Manor of Darkness. I'm still going with no, but I would still watch it on Shudder or something like that, or Tubi, or where the hell
Yeah.
it's going to screen, like Amazon somewhere, right? We both think it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
We both, there's nothing. I mean, aesthetically, it's really tight as well. There are some parts that If the first act was not the first act, I would probably change my concept to say yes, watch it in the theater because the second act is worthy of that. But I just can't be asked for another 50 minutes to sit down to get there. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I would be like antsy. But you make your own decisions. It's out. By the time you hear our voice, it's either going to be out on streaming somewhere or in the United States a couple of days later on December, not a couple weeks, wow, a week later, December 9th, United States release date. Check it out. Manor of Darkness. Darkness. Next week, we've got Influencers 1 and 2, or just number 2. I forgot which one. I do believe. All of that and more. If you like our talk about Manor of Darkness, why you should start. Hey, you know what? If you get the movie on online, start around the 40-minute mark. Fuck it. Just we start around the 40-minute mark. It'll be a better movie for you. And if you're wondering, if you move to France, will your child be obese? That's also on our next episode. All that and more on the next Streaming Demons. Like and subscribe now. Bye, y'all. Toodles.
I hear a cat.